You know, sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away. But not tonight. Our final world premiere comes from 61 members of the team that built Apex Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game. They've done it in complete secrecy, which is even more amazing because the game is very deep into development. The power of independent, self-published studios to push this medium forward is a growing and I think positive theme in our industry. And so tonight, you're not only going to get the announcement of the game, but also your first look at the gameplay. I've played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're going to want to as well. Welcome to HighGuard.
Firstly, you respond in the cave when you were taught all the traversal mechanics. And then you exit the cave and meet this guy named Trader Flint, who's supposed to be your guide. The first thing he tells you to do is put on attachments, use your gun, and throw grenades. Secondly, he asks you to break a wall. But in this game, they have this weird thing where you can time the melees. Just shoot it. Once you're in this room, he'll try to have you harvest crystals. Reason being, the shards are a type of currency that you can use to buy stuff from Flint. Afterwards, Flint gives you a rocket and tells you to blow up some walls. And then Flint reinforces the walls. The only difference is you can't melee the walls, so just shoot him. You follow Flint and he's still making you break more walls, but this time you use your ability. After that, Flint sends you off, and this is the part of the training where you actually learn how to play the game. Now, when needing to understand the core game, a lot of things they tell you here are unnecessary, and I don't think they do the best job at explaining it, so I'm gonna do it. So how the game works is two teams spawn in on the opposite side of the map. Once they're let out of their base, they have to go get the Stormbreaker. You go to the Stormbreaker, fight the other team, and whichever team wins gets the Stormbreaker. Now, if you lose the fight and don't get the Stormbreaker, you are now immediately on defense. Now, the objective of the winning team is to take the Stormbreaker, destroy your base, and get your bombs. Now, if they do that, they take a percentage of your health away. If they don't, you take a percentage of theirs. Now, you do this over and over again until one of the health bars hits 0. Now, the only thing good about the game is the first time you play it's pretty enjoyable, but as I said earlier, you just do the same thing over and over again until the other team loses. In games like Fortnite and Siege, you always have an element that makes things different, but in this game, it's just the same thing every time. Now, the other problem I have is this thing just takes a bunch of different components from other games and puts it together. I can't see anything very unique about the game other than the fact that you can ride a horse. The shield and armor system that HighGuard has is pretty much just Apex. Even the abilities some of the characters have are extremely similar to other characters in different games. Ultimately, HighGuard just doesn't have its own identity. The whole game really kind of felt unfinished. It felt like they knew it was gonna die and they just put it out. Firstly, they didn't advertise or say anything about the game until a couple days before it came out. Secondly, the game only has 2 game modes. The first one being the regular game mode, the second one being the regular game mode, but it's ranked. So you can only play one game mode, and in that game mode, you can only do the same thing over and over and over again. There's only so many times where you can ride a horse and get a sword before it gets annoying. Today we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down HighGuard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into HighGuard world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we are building. For that, we are deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support a game long-term servers. We'll remain online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support to get those final great matches in while we still can. We've already gone over multiple reasons why this happened, such as the game being repetitive, it not having much originality, and them not promoting the game before it came out. So I'm going to give my opinion on what I think could have saved HighGuard. I think the biggest issue with the game was that it was really repetitive. I would have added something that happened in the middle of the game, like how Fortnite Storm forces you in a random place every single time. Now, I'm not saying they should add something like that because there's way too many games with it, but something should have been added that changed the game the longer it went on. There are a lot of useless mechanics in this game. The first obvious one would be the reinforced walls. The next one would be the prep phase. You are put inside of a dome for a minute, and basically the whole purpose of this is to set up sight. All you can do is melee at the crystals, buy stuff from Flint, and reinforce walls. Really, the only difference in your game that you're making is buying stuff from Flint. And you don't even need to buy stuff from Flint because they have loot boxes. It kind of seems like Wildlight Entertainment didn't really know what they were doing, and ultimately the game was just poorly executed. From it not being original, from there not being anything to do, but ultimately, HighGuard was just a poorly executed game. We'll be making more videos soon. Stay solid. Peace.